The figure of Jesus in the New Testament has long been interpreted as the fulfillment of Old Testament prophecy, the embodiment of Yahweh's covenantal promises. But what if there's another layer? What if, beneath the surface, Jesus is subtly, or even radically, distancing himself from the very deity known as Yahweh? This question emerges when we read passages like John 8:19, where Jesus responds to the Pharisees, "You do not know me or my Father. If you knew me, you would know my Father also." He doesn't say Yahweh, he doesn't say El Shaddai, he says Father. And this Father, he implies, is unknown to the religious leaders of his time, those who prided themselves on knowing Scripture and the God of Israel. Modern critical scholars such as Mark S. Smith have revealed that Yahweh, in his earliest biblical depictions, was not the only God, but one among many in a divine council, the Elohim. Over centuries, Yahweh became the God of Israel through religious evolution and theological consolidation. Jesus' conception of the Father doesn't fit the mold of the Old Testament Yahweh, the war god, lawgiver, and jealous protector of Israel. Instead, Jesus speaks of a hidden Father, a God of love and mercy who is unseen, unknowable except through him, and radically inclusive. In John 8:44, he even tells the religious elite, "You are of your father, the devil." This suggests not just a moral critique, but a spiritual rupture, a rejection of the very identity they claimed was from Yahweh. If we step outside traditional theology and lean into historical religious studies, a different picture begins to form. Jesus never uses the name Yahweh. He breaks with Mosaic law. He redefines divine authority in himself. He presents a God not of tribal vengeance, but of cosmic intimacy and inner transformation. To some, this aligns with Marcion's early heresy, where the Old Testament God is seen as a lesser, legalistic deity, and Jesus reveals a higher, hidden God. Others draw parallels with Gnostic texts, where Jesus is the bringer of gnosis, liberating humanity from the bondage of a lower, false God. Perhaps Jesus wasn't simply an evolution of Yahwism, but a revolution against it. Not a Messiah sent by the Old Testament God, but a revealer of a divine reality beyond the boundaries of Israelite religion. This doesn't require belief in myth or metaphysics, only a willingness to see Jesus not through the lens of orthodoxy, but as a mystic, a radical, a spiritual liberator who may have pointed past Yahweh to the eternal mystery he called Abba. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.